Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you thought I wasn't going to make a Halloween makeup video this year, then think again. I love Halloween, however I never can come up with a good Halloween look, so this year I am recreating yet another face chart. Last year it was Milk, this year is by.sulli on Instagram. Go and follow them, they are so creative, so fantastic when it comes to Halloween makeup looks, so amazing with face chart, so go and follow them. However, if you would like to find out how I created this look, then all you have to do is keep on watching. Before I actually start this makeup look, I just want to thank by.sulli for being such an inspiration, and thank you for this look in particular, the one that I'm recreating today, the sort of deviled inspired look. This is my second try. The first try was okay, but I thought I could do it better, so here we go. The first thing that I'm going to start with is the brows. I need to block sort of half of my brows, the tail, because the brows need to be quite short and pointing up to kind of give that angry sort of look. So let's do that. I'm taking just a regular Pritt stick, and the way I do it is I use a setting spray or some spray bottle that has water in it, and I apply very thin layers. I'm not the best at this, but I'm gonna give it a go. You kind of want that brow, so if you have very thin brows it will work, but it's going to be a little bit harder. You want this sort of actual hairs look at the front. I've done a first thin layer, but I'm gonna need to wait for this to dry and add several more layers on. I'm probably gonna end up with like 8 or 10 thin layers, and then I shall come back to show you how to actually block them, because this is clear, this dries down clear, so the colour will still remain. So let me do the sticking and I shall be right back. 8 layers later, and like I said, you can barely see I've done anything, at least it seems like it. I'm not the best at covering my brows. Maybe I should probably do another layer just to make sure, but honestly you guys, I have patience, just not for this. I wish I did have the patience for this, because it looks so good when it's done right. Any drag queen will tell you that you want to use something orangey to kind of counteract the darkness of the brows. So I'm taking a Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Anna Nicole. It's like a really deep red, and I'm taking a fluffy brush. I'm taking the tiniest little bit of this lipstick, working it into the brush, and I'm going to put a tiny little bit of this on my brows. I've tried to cover my brows in a nice neat shape, so I do get this sort of point at the top where my arch is. We shall see if it worked. I'm taking a small fluffy brush and a little bit of my translucent powder, just going to powder this down. Can already tell I could have done a better job. I can still see there will be some texture peeking through. Next step is to use a full coverage concealer, and I'm going to take the Jouer High Essential Coverage, but you know, any will do, because you're going to apply a really thick layer on anyway. And it's dabbing time. And you do want to dab, because if you haven't covered your brows that well, at least this technique will allow you to put that concealer in between the brows where the glue stick isn't there, so at least you can sort of hide the colour of your brows. To set the concealer, I'm using the Bare Minerals foundation in matte. This way I'm going to get even more coverage and hopefully cover this brow entirely. I don't think that's that bad of a job. I can still sort of see it. There is a hue, but for me, it's not bad. And aside from having to block your brows, which is very time consuming, overall this look is actually pretty easy, and I can assure you that you have these products in your collection. So it's very minimal, very easy to recreate. That's why I'm showing it to you guys. Done with the brows for now. And because this look is very easy, I'm actually going to do my base. I'm going to do my foundation. I am going all out. I'm going to take a nice full coverage foundation, and today I'm using NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I love this stuff. Can't remember the last time I wore a full coverage foundation. I'm even going to take this foundation on top of the brows to build that coverage even more. Again, I think the colour will shine through just a little bit, but that's okay. It takes a long time, a lot of effort to hide those brows. Because I have this Jouer concealer here, I'm just gonna use it today. Let's put even more on. I really want to try something. It's super risky, but I'm going to take this Anna Nicole liquid lipstick. I'm putting it on the palette. I'm literally taking one little dab, and I'm going to take my makeup sponge. I'm working some of it into the sponge, and I'm going to almost use it as a blush, as like a little base for what's to come. I've tried this look before. I've tried it today and it just did not work for me. The colours in my collection, the colours of the red in my collection just go pink, and that's definitely not what I'm going for. I'm definitely going for red, and I think having this lipstick as a base is actually not a bad shout, because once it's blended out, it's actually, it is a little bit pink, but not as much as the eyeshadows that I was using. Okay, not bad. I think this might work this time. It is time to set the face. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm powdering my under eye, my lids and my T-zone. Time for my favourite part, the contour bronzer. I'm using Shade and Light palette, one of my faves, as you can see, but this time I get to use the darkest shade. I'm going to start off with these two just to be on the safe side, just starting there, and I'm going to gradually apply that darkest shade. I can really go to town. It really doesn't matter if this looks dirty, because, you know, I'm the devil, I'm a demon, and I live in hell, so I can be a little burnt. And with your chin, you kind of want to make it pointy, so I'm squeezing my brush and I'm going on either side of my chin just to try and make it somewhat pointy. I mean, I have a double chin, so that's it's gonna be hard, but I'm trying. With my nose, I'm not going to be as crazy at first. I'm gonna go play it safe and build this gradually. And the most important part of this nose contour is this area right here, the one underneath the brow, in this very hollow, on this bridge part of the nose. Alright, time to put a little bit of red in this look, and I'm going to be a pain. Today I'm going to be using the Me, Myself and Mitchell, the palette that's no longer available, discontinued. However, I know a lot of you have it in your collection. If you don't, just try and use similar shades that I'm using. If you don't want to be playing with too many shades, you only just need a red, that's absolutely fine, but I want to kind of build that dimension. I'm going to start off with Mr. H on a very fluffy brush, and I'm putting this sort of underneath where my natural brow is, so quite high up. This is a pinky shade, and I'm blending it into this nose contour. I'm blending it up. You kind of want to follow the shape of your eye, of your crease. Just everything's going to happen way higher than it normally would. Then it's time for Mad, that red shade. Again, I'm sort of working in the same area above my crease, blending it up. And last but not least, I'm going to take a little bit of Mini. This is like a purpley almost red, just to deepen it even more. This will not be seen that much, so if it's not super beautifully blended, don't worry about it. It's actually quite hard to blend on top of the glue. Before I actually put my eyeliner on, I want to sort of set this lid. I don't like powder by itself. I'm going to use eyeshadow. I'm taking the tiniest little bit of the shade called Modest, and I'm setting my lid with this. It's going to help me blend as well, but it's definitely going to make sure that my lid is not going to crease. Sometimes powder by itself is not enough on the lids. To feel the full fantasy, I need the brows. I need to know that I'm going in the right direction, and to do that, all I need to do is fill them in. I'm taking an angled brush and my ABH pomade, and I'm just adding the tiniest little bit at the end just to make my eyebrows even. I don't need to fill the tail or anything like that. I'm just pointing them up. These brows look so funny. Okay, time for the liner. I'm going to be using two liners today. I'm using the Rare Beauty one and the Beauty Bay one. The Rare Beauty has such precision, it has a nice point, and I need that point for those flames. However, this is quite expensive and I can't get it in the UK, and I don't know what I'm going to do when this runs out. But this is available in the UK. It's really good, and it's going to make filling in those flames, filling in those details super easy and quick. However, I'm using the Rare Beauty one first. What I'm going to do is line my lids. I'm going to elongate my inner corner, and from there I'm going to do a bat wing, just because I prefer them. You can do any wing kind of liner that you like. If you are not familiar with a bat wing, it is called a bat wing because you are making a triangular shape right here on the outer corner. This is ideal for those who have hooded eyes. The reason why it's called a bat wing is because it's sort of making like this bat wing, Batman wing sort of shape. And now the portion of the look that I totally failed on last time, and it was purely because I was rushing. I was trying to make it look better than it needs to be. The flames. What you're going to do is start in the center of your lid, way above your crease. You kind of want to do it just underneath where your natural brow is, and you're going to follow the natural curve of your crease, sort of mimicking it, going down close to the wing and flick it out, going up a little bit. I'm going a little closer, so starting almost where your eye starts, and from this line all you're going to draw is some flames, so loads of S's essentially. Don't make them too big. That was my issue last time. I made them too close together and I made them too big. Try and make different shapes. Make sure they're not too big, not too fat, and they are definitely not too close to one another. You want to be able to see those gaps in between. Okay, let me catch up with my other eye. I will add some mascara, some falsies, and then we are going to do the awesome lips. And the lashes need to be dramatic. It is not time for your Ardell wispies. They would look fine, but you want drama, mama, okay? And I'm loving this look. As you can see, I have not done that inner flame. I've tried it, I can't hack it. I feel like this looks good anyway. I love this look, and the thing that is going to make it complete, that's going to bring it all together, is the black lip. I love black lipstick and I can't wait to put it on. Today I'm using my favourite Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in Weirdo, but if you don't want to use it, just, you know what, use your liquid liner. It might crack, it might come off quite quickly, but you can take a couple of pictures and just have a fun night instead. If you want longevity, I highly recommend this. There's just something special about a black lipstick. There's one little thing that I need to add that Sulli has included in this face chart, and it is the Antichrist, the upside down cross. So I'm going to try my best to make it nice and straight. I think I've managed it pretty well, if I do say so myself. And one final thing that I want to do, add a little bit of a je ne sais quoi to this look, is a little bit of a pigment. This pigment is Polish, it's from Femme Fatale, and it's a duochrome. It's going to look slightly reddish orange. It's from a collection with one of my favourite makeup artists, Makeup by Patina. I'm just adding this pigment on top and I'm living my best life. And this is not a glitter, this is a pigment, so it feels nice and comfortable on the lips, whereas glitter would be very uncomfortable. And the reason why I chose this face chart is because it includes the devil horns. So if you want to, you can definitely draw them on your forehead. If you want to save money, if you don't want to buy, you know, devil horns on a band, or like me, buy a wig with horns, you can just draw them on and it will give you a cool look anyway. Obviously I'm not doing that, I'm just gonna put my wig on. Alright you guys, so here it is. This is the final look I created today. Do not judge me on the wig. It is a store-bought wig that I've tried to salvage. It was so, like, I've had it in a bag and it was awful, and it took me like 3 hours to straighten it and make it somewhat decent. So please appreciate that, don't judge me. I really like this look and I hope you do too. If you do, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to check out by.sulli. Thank you so much for making such wonderful, amazing, so creative, I wish I was this creative, face charts. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best, and I hope to see you next time.